But yeah, we're gonna kick this one off. We're gonna jump into our Aaron Rodgers play. A-Rod's actually somebody we have not talked about at all in film study, and
we stay away from the goats.
yeah, we actually kind of do. I think we've only done like one Tom Brady one too.
Yep.
So, but yeah, we've done like no Aaron Rodgers. We try to give some love to some of the guys who are not quite beloved, I guess.
Big Derek Carr fans over here.
Big Derek Carr fans. I think we have 3 Carson Wentz plays too. I'm not biased or anything. Yeah, so we wanted to look at Aaron Rodgers. This dude is masterful. He's really, really good. I think this season he might have just got like his 100th interception of his entire career. If he might still be under, but he's so masterful. He's so tactful. It's crazy to think that this dude learned from Brett Favre, who just loved throwing the ball over to the other team. Like he's so cerebral and just intelligent. His football IQ is like second to very few, very, very few. And this guy has done a lot with a little over the years. This is probably one of his better teams that he's ever had. And I know that Super Bowl winning team back in 2010, 2011 was pretty good. I think it was 2010. But I can't speak enough about how much I respect Aaron Rodgers and what he brings to the table week in, week out. He's really significant. I know everybody loves to kind of rag on him from a personal life perspective. He's an epic troll. I love it. Keep doing you, Aaron. I think it's fantastic. But I wanted to look at, they played the Rams this week, and they handled them pretty well. Handled them very, very well. I know they've been a little banged up, but he's elevating everybody. Aaron Jones came back this week, got some decent looks, but A.J. Dillon's been a fine sub in. And Rodgers has always been that guy. If Devontae Adams is out, I'm going to make Equinemius St. Brown or whoever the hell, or Marquez Valdez-Scantling a superstar. I'm going to make him a star tonight.
Yeah.
Last year he made Robert Tonyan a superstar.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's the strength of Rodgers. He's a true GOAT, like just franchise quarterback. When you can elevate guys that have no business being on a starting wide receiver, a starting lineup anywhere, you're pretty good at what you do.
Yeah.
So let's take a look. We're gonna make sure the camera's on this.
He could cut the hair though. You already did the John Wick, costume, bro. Like you can cut the hair now.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, I want to take a look at this play. Let's watch it unfold first, and then we'll start to break it down.
Rodgers inside, Cobb, touchdown. And how do you?
Fun fact: they have the same touchdown song as the Indianapolis Colts. Just noticed that. So, all right, let me play this forward a little bit. Okay, so what we're looking at right here, everybody, is our favorite personnel package, pretty much. We have 11 personnel. Okay, it is shotgun, trips right. You can see, let me make sure you guys can see, we have 3 receivers here. That's Devontae Adams right there. I don't know who the other 2 are. I'm actually not certain. We have one person, one wide out right here. All right, it is and we'll go through, I'll explain the route in just a moment. But, shotgun trips right. The Rams are on a 4-3 under. So what I've discovered that 4-3 under is that their linebackers pull to the strong side, which is essentially here where it's kind of beefed up. I mean, you could kind of call this a regular 4-3, but 4-3 under, this would technically be the strong side because I believe this is where our tight end is lined up. I believe that's a tight end right about there. I believe. I'm not 100% certain, but usually the beefier side of the line, we talked about this last week and several months ago, whichever line is really loaded, whatever side of the line is loaded, that's your strong side, and they're linebackers. And when you see the play unfold, they come back and they pull that side. And they were in cover 1 man. All right, we got 1 man deep. And they do a pretty good job here. So we're going to slowly break this thing down. Actually, you know what? I will explain what we got going on here as far as the routes. So the trip side, this is called a spacing concept, what they do. It's a good thing for kind of attacking underneath. So you'll see this guy right here, and I hope to God you guys can see my mouse. He's going to come out for a little like an under out route here. These guys, these 2 right here, Devontae Adams and this gentleman right here, they're going to come up and over. All right. And what this does is kind of boxes out some defenders. But the most important thing we don't realize here, and it took me a few plays to really catch this. I'm like, where the fuck did Randall Cobb come from? He's right here. He's lined up as a running back. He
Yeah.
runs a little hitch route right here. All right, a zero or a hitch route
Yeah, I think that's Aaron Jones that's actually lined up in that like H spot.
right here.
Yeah, and
That might be
H-back
it.
spot.
So, that's I think that's I do believe that's him as well. So,
It's great formation.
oh, it's. I mean, how do you defend this? Like you can tell a little bit. Like how do you defend against this? But the spacing concept is, like I said, this Aaron Jones goes over here in the flat, and these two kind of come up and they draw defenders away, and it gives Randall Cobb just enough time. Like this is a perfect timing route. You're going to see it unfold. Rodgers has to hit Cobb at the right spot, or this isn't going anywhere. It's 2nd and 6. It's 4 minutes 28 seconds left in the first half. They're up 13-10. Just trying to put on some points, but yeah. So let's slowly watch this thing unfold. All right, there's the hike. As you can see, here's Jones is right there. He's about to go into the flat right here. He's kind of taking off, and then we have Cobb. I mean, this is classic like running back like route running. Like there's like the running back route tree is a little bit different. That obviously a lot different than wide receiver tree. So yeah, this one's gonna snake around. He's gonna legit just snake around, come and then sit. Like he's gonna come through right about here. You can kind of see that's the important thing. He gets inside, and that's the beauty of this, right? Because of the spacing concept, we got this linebacker, cornerback. He's over on this side of the field. All right, and this leaves just enough gap. This is why this throw has to be perfect, on the money, on time to Cobb. All right, he hits him right in the seam. It's got to be a quick release. And like I said, right on the money. Not so much a dime. It's not a big aired ball, but it has to be just perfectly placed for this to kind of go. All right, and then there it is. He's in. I mean, those are the tight windows you kind of get in the NFL to make things as successful as you possibly can. Is that much? But this play doesn't go off without a hitch. Of course, like I said, without the spacing route, you'll see there's spacing concept. Yep, he's going out to the flat here. Kind of pulling this guy, I guess, keeping this guy honest, right? Keeping him away from maybe blitzing, right? Because, if you wanted to, he could probably go in there and blitz and take out Rodgers, but you got to cover. You got to be aware, especially of a guy like Aaron Jones caliber.
Yeah, all right.
You know, he makes it honest. He runs out this way, and this gives Rodgers plenty of time. And then I love the bunch formations, especially in the end zone, because it's so hard to cover. And I've said it time and time again. It's so hard to cover. If you're a defender, it's so easy in these bunch formations to get mixed up.
Yeah.
Right? It's the perfect offensive thing to do. But it's so easy as a defender to get messed up. Who's my guy? Who's my guy? If they bump and do this and that, it's really easy to throw me off. And like I said, this concept pulled this guy off to the side just enough. He's watching, but he was over here just kind of in case anything happens in this area. But it gave just enough time for Cobb to kind of go. See, they stop there. You'll actually see him plant his foot this way, like he's ready to kind of commit. I actually got to see if Rodgers makes a read here. He's kind of looking that way too. So he's kind of looking this way, scoping out the defense. And again, it's a bunch formation. Rodgers did a pretty good job keeping his eyes in check. Not really giving away too much. But this dude planted his feet off to the side and gave that little half second so we can go and make that throw.
I'm trying to figure out what Reeder, the linebacker, what his role was on that play, because he kind of just watches Rodgers' eyes and watches him complete a pass without really moving one way or another until the ball's actually in the air.
Right.
And at that point, it's like, it's too late. But when you first played it, and the first time I looked at him like, oh, okay. Devontae Adams catches his eyes. No, he never even looks at Devontae.
No, he
Adams.
actually looks straight down the middle of the field the entire time.
So what's his assignment on this job? Are you playing a zone or are you not? Because if you are, there's only one guy. And here's the thing too: like when you're dropping into zone like that as a linebacker, you're supposed to be reading the quarterback to get a better feel of what's going on behind you.
Right.
Maybe he's just not that good at it.
Maybe.
It really might just be that this dude it's not his best his best attribute.
No, but I mean, again, this is. I mean, I'm not gonna. It's not a no look pass, but I mean, a no look read is
Well,
just amazing.
It's a great short throw. Like not like obviously the distance is short, but like the way he gets rid of the ball is just like a quick shot put.
Right.
It's not a full drop back. It's not a full bring the arm back. It's literally
No,
one
that's a
of
good
those
point. Let's
one of
take a
those half quick throws that he can pull
So he's
off.
in shotgun, and yeah, he barely steps back, and
He doesn't even step into it.
no, it's just a little lob. But that's how good he is. He's a guy who can get away with that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And bam, he's in.
Yeah.
He just beat one of the one of the better defenses in the National Football League. Simply done. So, like I said, we're starting to evolve. Our terminology is starting to evolve here, and that's something I wanted to do. The big thing was, I mean, for the naked eye, this is a quick little, just a little touchdown strike. But there's so much that goes on to it. And again, that's why we do the film studies. So we can understand why the heck this works. Like spacing concept, I just learned that this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Putting this all together, I just learned that this morning. And like I said, this doesn't work. These guys are crowded in the middle of the field right now. There's no way that Cobb realistically, that Cobb should be able to score here.
That's the most covered part of the field I'm looking at.
Right. And then he starts to back up. He sees that concept. He starts to back up, and it gave him just enough space. And he's like, damn it, I messed up. 51 realized he messed up. At the worst, this play, the execution. So if 51 doesn't bite, reader, if he doesn't bite, you're looking at a 3rd and 1.
Mm-hmm.
And with a very easy shot. You got Aaron Jones, you got A.J. Dillon. With a very realistic shot of converting that 3rd and 1, and possibly having another 3-4 downs to go at this thing. But it was, this is fine route running on the part of Cobb. And, this is one more time. Actually, I'm going to put the volume up. And I'll turn it down. All right. There it is. Strike. Bam. They knew that they got beat. So
I think that's a really good job of using your personnel and the way you line up that personnel to dictate a specific look from the defense.
Yeah.
I think that's what that was. And then you add in the route concepts, and then it's, using the spacing and understanding how you're going to be able to pull. You kind of just put the Rams exactly where you wanted them to be. That's kind of what you did there.
Oh, yeah.
We know how you're going to want to line up with this personnel, and we know when we put this wide receiver in the backfield. Like, that's the thing that we don't get to see is when they get snapped out of the huddle, where did everybody originally line up?
Right.
Did Cobb line up in the backfield right away, or did Aaron Jones line up in the
They
backfield?
shuffle a little bit, right.
And before they even line up. Sometimes they'll do that too, where they get out of the huddle and they'll purposely start walking out to the sides, and then they'll cross.
Right.
Because the quarterback sees stuff and moves everything around, which, you know what? Rodgers probably did. That's probably what he did.
What was that one play you sent me? It was Tom Brady. When he was handing the ball off to Leonard Fournette last week. Not this past weekend, but a previous week, and
Right.
he goes cover 2.
Yep.
And you got to imagine that's like what Rodgers is like.
Yeah.
He's that good where he can see that.
Oh yeah, and it's think about that, guys. The clip that I sent Matt it was a play action, just nice simple pass for Tom Brady, and as he's going back and looking at Fournette to do the play fake, he literally says out loud to him, "Cover 2," meaning, between the time I snapped the ball and when I turned around to look at you to do the play fake, I already knew right away what the formation was, and I know. What coverage they're giving me, and now I know where I'm going to go with the ball.
Right. So yeah, that's the masterfulness of. I mean, I'm sure LaFleur called it, but I'm sure Aaron Rodgers has a say in kind of what his playbook and play calling looks like a little bit. But you know what I mean? It's the execution was perfect on his part. All the wide receivers, the linemen, everybody. It was kind of cool. It was cool for me to see that play. And again, at first I was like, okay, I need something Aaron Rodgers-y that's cool. And I really started to divulge into it. And the concept. That's what a lot of routes, like group routes are, like listeners, is concepts. That's what a lot of people do. Like this what do we call this thing? The spacing concept. You see, like if you play Madden before, you've seen spacing. There's legit a play called spacing, and the wide receivers run. That's the routes that they run.
Oh.
All right, but this has a little extra, just an extra bit to it. It's a basic concept, but they add it and they put their own creative spin on it, and that's why Randall Cobb lined up as a running back and ran that hitch route. They would they have been fine just throwing into a normal spacing route? Yeah, probably, but that's like bare bones basic football.
Yeah.
At this point, that's not even a revolutionary concept. These wide receiver, these route packages or so, route concepts. That's not even revolutionary at this point anymore. It's so outdated. But they use that ideology to set up this, and it was so cool to really sit down and just witness what that was.
Yeah.
319, 399, hut. 3-3.
Yeah, spot.